Hey people, 5 Aces here, and buckle the fuck up, for we are about to witness part 2 of the TDGL finals. In part 1 we've seen Orb go down without much resistance against Orb, at least in 2 out of the 3 games. Now we're having ourselves a best of 5 where Orb has to prove himself against an even, another cunning and strong opponent, which in the form of Blackened. This is gonna be hype as fuck. Blackened, by the way, not in his traditional colors. I guess that's because they patched out the color scheme thing. I don't know. So Blackened immediately going for the oil derricks, and there is going to be a bit of contention as the Notbug is trying to swoop in and pick up an unsuspecting engineer. Get him right in the toolbox. You know what I'm saying here, but the engineer is staying safe for the time being. There's also a Humvee to escort him. A bit risky here, because could fall prey to some infantry ambush, but gets out without too much of a scuffle here. Double engineer, that's risky. Alright. So Orb is not gonna let this sit, I guess, is my bet here. He's also opted for a barracks cell. He went for an early barracks here. Gotten out 10 minigunners, and then sold it immediately because it gives you a nice cash rebate of 2 minigunners. And moving infantry are always forfeit. You can't even pull them back anymore. They're just gonzo. They Dunzo Manifesto, but here, that's a very expensive dispatch of units, and lots of cheap riflemen, minigunners are closing in here. This is going to be a staggering victory unless the Humvee somehow manages to make the miracle happen. I'm not seeing it. One of the engineers going down. Where's the other one? Oh yeah, the other one has safely reached his destiny. So that's alright. Blackened should pull back the Humvee immediately. No, not like this. I think he was busy. What was he busy microing though? He wasn't building anything right there. Welp. He's just on a Rax. That's a really weird build order for Blackened. Who is... Oh, I get it. I get it. He just sold one of the refineries. There we go. Yeah, and that kicked him into low power briefly at least. So Orb is left with a lot of minigunners running rampant across the fields. And Blackened has a very defensive static position here. No, you can't engage into this, buddy. Yeah, Blackened probably gonna give chase momentarily. And he's also... Orb is going for mass EQ behind this. Here's his second harvester, third harvester on the way. Oh man! Orb has this weird tendency of leaving his rockets behind. It's like, you guys got a bazooka. Yeah, defend yourselves. Boss, what are we gonna do with those bazookas? Just shoot them in the face. Doesn't really work against RA minigunners because they're apparently rocket-proof. At least against small explosives. Don't try that in real life, by the way. I've heard a story of someone who found in Czech Republic, I think, who found a live rocket-propelled grenade in a server room. If that happens to you, yeah, call the authorities, I guess. Alright, so we're having an APC, so a bit of a land grab here. This is going to be a very safe build. Orb has an ambushing minigunner, but that's gotta prove no match for an APC. Even after the nerf, they're still pretty good. That was just a minigunner here. Alright, so actually not that much in the eco department for both. Not that greedy of a build order, if I say so myself, because we're having 3 harvesters and a lot of infantry for Blackened, plus an APC. And we're having 4 harvesters plus... he's going for more harvesters now. And double airstrip on the way for Orb. Blackened a bit behind on the 8-ball, just as he used to be, because he built an extra power plant. He was in low power mode for just that extra little bit. Yeah, those details start to matter in high-level games, actually. And this is gonna be a 4-buggy raid. Very good. The raiding party, if it doesn't get tangled up on the APC, can do so much against infantry. Hey, Blackened's walling off. He's pulling the trump card here, and just gonna make a wall. Make the Nods pay for it. Those damn naughties. Naughty naughties. And we're seeing a silo from Orb. If he wins this, I'm gonna just put him up in the Hall of Fame, because everyone who wins while building a silo is up there for me. Up there in the top percentile. Yeah. 5 harvesters, and we're seeing 5 for Blackened as well. As it should be very similar at the time being. Completely similar. And combat tab, nothing much of out of the ordinary either. This is going to be a light vehicle composition, so the trick with this is to not reveal it too early. because this has a lot of punch, But if it gets scouted, your opponent is just gonna build lots of rocket soldiers and wall off. Like, yeah, like Blackened did here. By the way, this has a hole. This wall is not airtight. There is actually a gap and all vehicles can fit through this. Weirdly enough. That's how walls work in OpenRA. Alright, we're seeing an APC transition. And APCs, keep in mind, they're nerfed in this build, so I'm not expecting this to inflict any major damage anymore. He's moving out after having deployed a comm center. Is there a... yeah, there is a comm center for Orb as well, just pretty similar timings. That's something I don't like, this choice here. He has revealed his composition. Now I'm expecting Blackened to spam lots and lots of rocket soldiers. Mediums are coming out hot as well. So yeah, he's in a very safe and defensible position. Flame tanks being built for Orb. Now that's gonna prove interesting because there's gonna be a lonesome MCV and you can't just spam defensive structures in TD. It's just not how the game works, and that's one of the biggest things I like about TD. Alright, the first raiding party is about to venture forth. First raid is gonna commence on the oil derricks. Again, no high priority targets like 15 bucks every 2 seconds. Yeah. I'd rather go harvester hunting with this. That does some lasting damage. Oh, he is switching targets. And the oil derrick is being left alive for now. MCV has to book it. And there is going to be a collapse of the entire army. Oh, these are loaded up as well. APCs loaded to the brim. Gonna be an interesting engagement. That's so smart. Orb is sending one flame tank to harass the oil derrick. And now the focus fire needs to be excellent, lest he gets caught up here. Yeah, most of the recons are surviving, so it's not as bad for Orb. He has actually traded out for some of the medium tanks and the APCs. But that's... I would say that's a pretty even trade. Blackened, yo. Always be aware of the tib in this game, by the way. The tib just murders infantry. And if you're unlucky, you tend to have like Visceroids spawning everywhere. Oh, that's a late engineer. He's trying to snag the third oil derrick here. Bit of a gambit. Blackened is in a good spot, and I think he knows it. There is lots of light armor and a couple flame tanks, but nothing that can really dent those medium tanks. Because the recon bikes, they need to be in a separate control group if you want them to work at all. You need to always pull them back. And this is just airstrike bait. Oh, don't do this. Needs more infantry as well. A really good move would be now to tech up to tier 3 as Orb and spam chem troopers. Because chem troopers are basically good against everything GDI ever has to offer. And that's how you use them, the recon bikes, you just put them in one control group and try sniping out the heavily armored targets, then moving back again. Oh, there's a raiding party of flame tanks. How are they gonna fare against the rocket soldiers? They are just gonna get caught. Unlucky here. Oh, he's realizing it and trying to go in for the explosion. You know what? Not as bad as I expected it to be. A couple of rockets surviving, but that's par for the course. Yeah, honestly, if he had just snuck them around the northern side, he could have inflicted a lot of damage. He could have killed the refinery, killed the barracks, lots of undefended rocket soldiers, and then maybe even moved the Conyard, forced the Conyard to move. Okay, this is gonna be the big one. This is gonna be a big engagement. Both airstrikes should be up. Oh, 30 seconds on both. Okay, this is gonna get real spicy real soon. Artillery's in the mix. What are those engineers? I guess that's a misclick. Must be a misclick. 10 out of 10 would misclick again. Yeah, and that's why in some situations the recons are just bad, because they tend to waste their shots on infantry. It's just not what you want to have. Okay, artillery's from the back lines. Very good engagement. Oh my goodness, in comes the airstrike. What's the vector? It's not as good as it could have been. Gets a lot of rocket soldiers, gets counter airstrike as well. Counter airstrike just as unsuccessful. Well, I would rate the success ratio on a medium. Low to medium on the scale. On the Richter scale, but in comes a big tank push, and all there is here, there's just artilleries, a couple lights. That's not enough to deter all those medium tanks. They're here to stay. They are gonna inflict a lot of damage. They're gonna kill off all the artilleries. Nice force fire. He's microing on 2 fronts here. This is so good by Blackened. What is this game? Wow. He's turning it around with a 1-2 punch here. He is going for the comm center. He's going for the con yard as well. And Orb has rushed the Temple of Nod just as I recommended, but yeah, it's too late. Unfortunately for Orb, he is gonna get wiped here. Wiped off the map by Blackened. Really good game 1. And with that, we are gonna go into game 2.
Battle control terminated.
Game 2, shout out to my favorite map. This is Pirates and Emperors again. It's a map I just love. It offers everything. It's got... You can go for the big macro game if you want. You can go for those small pocket expansions. You can go for a big tank push in the middle. You can go for oil derricks. You can go for air, because air is really good here. There is this ridge and it gives you this false sense of security, where if your opponent just neglects protecting the air flanks, you know, just swooping in here and killing in a war factory, which is most likely located here, or maybe even a comm center, is gonna provide you with so much value. First scout vehicle out by Orb. He's just gonna poke, prod, and pry a bit. Gonna take 2 bazookas to the face and immediately turn around. GTFO, buddy. Meanwhile, his infantry has stayed very compact in very compact formation. Game 1, yeah. So now what we're gonna talk about is how the finals are gonna be played out, because whoever wins now, let's say if Orb wins, then everything is still open. If Blackened wins this best of 5, then Orb is out, and Orb is definitely gonna be 3rd, and the match between Ganon and Blackened is gonna decide, or the best of 5, should I rather say. So this is gonna be super exciting either way. However, the results are gonna be, this is not a game for a 3rd spot yet. Everything is still open. And if everyone wins against everyone one time, then we're gonna have an extra, I guess, super finals. I would just settle it with a best of 1 FFA on a 3-player map. That's how I would like to roll there. But I'm not judge and jury in this particular tournament. So yeah, War Factory Rush here, and Orb has, Orb with the War Factory Rush as well. So we're not seeing a double harvester, double ref cell shenanigan build. Just straight up macro game for the time being. And an early Humvee out for Blackened. I think he wants to just apply some early... Alright! 3 Humvees, now we're cooking. 4th Humvee just coming online. How does this build even work? I guess it skips a barrack, so it's super vulnerable in the early game, in the super early game. Yeah, okay, let's see. This could actually, depending on the circumstances, kill the power. And killing the power is something you don't want to be in low power mode there. Just ask Trader Teds here. Trader Teds has been in low power mode. Look at him. He's still got his fucking concrete slab there. This is just a garden shack that he's living in. Yeah. Or the Camel Trader. Yeah, the Camel Trader has got water, so hydroelectric power is a possibility. He's got something that's either a cactus tree or a lightning rod. Or maybe telecommunications, who knows. Yeah, but Orb not in low power for the time being. He's also spamming recon bikes. So this strikes me as something that's gonna go on a harvester hunt. Problem is, on this map it's very easily defended. There is only one vector to come in from on either side. Either you come in here from the north or you come here from the east. And just place a couple of rocket soldiers strategically. And yeah, you're gonna deter any number of bikes, really. Really early expansion onto the blue tip by Orb. Now this is not the best blue tip to take. Reason being, this only has 6 cells for growth, and the rest is gonna be off map, which doesn't count, so the harvesters can't harvest this. And meanwhile, on the other side of the map, like this expansion would be relatively safe. You'd also still have building radius. If you place the MCV here, place a power plant here, and a refinery there, you'd still have build radius around the airstrip, which is super good. So I would recommend, in a rookie's guide to this map, I would recommend taking this first. Oh, the Humvee's going in, gonna trade it out with the recon bikes. Gonna come out ahead. And Orb gonna take the first victory here. Meanwhile, there's just... Oh, if he focuses down the barracks, there's not gonna be any reinforcements. Nah, guard tower popping. Peace. Guard tower, the big fuck you. GDI's biggest fuck you against tier 0 spam. At least in the super early game, until you overwhelm it with like 20 recons. Mass infantry, let's see. Maybe, you know, it's Orb. We could see a rally point onto the Tiberian. I'm not expecting it, but hey. JK. He ain't gonna do this time around. He has learned his lesson. And what's behind this? Just more recons. And also, he's not exactly in high eco. He's on 4 harvesters. 5 harvesters for Blackened plus a second weapons factory. So I'm immediately liking Blackened's position better. Because he didn't go for the blue tip early on. There's going to be a lot of blue tip growth here. And he can safely take his expansion after having his 2 war factory built up. Because that's going to provide it with so much pressure. Also walling off again. Game 1, it worked. It technically worked. Super late oil grab for Orb. Wow. Is this even gonna pay off? Well, it depends on how late this game is gonna go. If it's gonna end in the early to mid game, then yeah, the engineer was wasted cash. Otherwise, could be pretty good. Oh, and this is what the recons want. Ah! If they could just find the right targets, that is. Was a bit of a misplay. He could have just focus fired down the medium tanks and then skedaddled. Because riflemen are so slow to turn. Riflemen suck in this scenario. All infantry, like, it's even worse in TD than it is in RA, because they're, like, even slower, and at the same time, they get tangled up more. I don't know what it is about the pathfinding. I think it's because infantry are smaller here compared to the size of a vehicle, so it feels like they're even more staticky. Blackened taking his expansion now, and he's in a good spot if he survives this push. Now, this is gonna be interesting, because there's a lot of meat shields, those minigunners, and not a hard counter out for those minigunners yet. The crushes, obviously, but there are a lot of recon bikes. Oh, is he giving up his army here? No. That's good. That's really good. Recon bikes shooting from the back lines and gonna dispose of the medium tanks here. 1, 2, 3. Ah, the focus fire is just not good enough. That was a bit of a whiff here by Warp. He could have just focus fired. Instead, I think he used attack move, so they split up. Temple of Nod in production again. Jesus Christ. Orb, you savage. Let's see if it pans out this time around. Yeah, this is just a bad engagement. He has sniped a couple mediums, but he's lost so much infantry pressure. And now all that's left are recons. Alright, maybe he can get an obelisk or something up. That would be a good deterrent. We're gonna have to take a look at the economical situation here. Oh, Orb is actually ahead despite losing more in combat tab, I guess. Yep. Definitely a lot more. Alright, airstrike is about to come online for Blackened, and Orb's airstrike still in production. Still waiting to be called in. And a super late oil grab for Blackened as well, just sharing. Sharing is caring. We got to seize the means of production, comrade. Nope. Yeah, this engineer has joined the assault force. He can do it. He believes in himself here. Oh, he's rectified the mistake. Yeah, TD is a bit different because it doesn't have this election priority lowered for engineers. Whereas in RA, you have lower selection priority, so it just doesn't apply. Oh my goodness, this MCV is caught. Caught between a rock and a hard place. Let's see, are the tanks gonna give chase? You have to move and shoot at the same time. The airstrike a bit too far back for my taste. Completely whiffs. Nothing out of the airstrike. A complete whiff, and now the recon bikes are closing in. What a whiff here for Blackened. Oh, this engagement just went horribly south for him. He could have just chased after the con yard and kept the tanks moving, so the recon bikes would... Oh, stealth tank. I hear stealth tanks. So the recon bikes would have been forfeit, but... Or would have been useless against moving targets. But as it stands here... Oh my goodness! Is this gonna be a dead airstrip? We're about to see. Is it gonna survive? This is gonna be super close. Oh, chem troopers though. The last volley just... Oh! The last grenade barely not finishing it off. That was so close. Alright, so this leaves Orb in a fantastic position. He's got his tier 3 rolling, he's got the stealth tanks coming out, and those are hard counters to anything heavily armored. Stealth tanks have like, I think twice the damage against heavy armor that recon bikes have. Recon bike's already pretty good against anything with heavy armor. So yeah, let's see how this is gonna pan out. Obelisk being deployed as well. This is a super defensive position here though. 3 MRLS, and those are not cheap. Keep in mind those cost, I think 1k a buck, 1k a piece. And the rest is just gonna be medium tanks and riflemen. I don't know if that's gonna cut the mustard. I'm sensing a defeat coming in here for Blackened. Alright, he's gonna try with the last tank push. And to be honest, Orb has his forces spread out a bit too much here. He's probably not expecting any big push. He's probably expecting Blackened to be on the defense. Now look at this, look at how they eat up mediums. Also, by the way, they are cheaper than mediums. Or maybe the same price. Same price. Also, anti-air. We're gonna see, as soon as they tap the Orca, they can single tap an Orca. Stealth tanks are just that good. One of my favorite units, after the Orca. TD, Orca's my hands down favorite unit, but stealth tanks are a close second here. Wow! And a super aggressive Conyard positioning for Orb, who has now... Is he on triple? Nah, he's not on triple airstrip. But the nuke is taking down... Yikes! That's the one weakness of the stealth tanks, is they're super fragile. Look at this damage. Yeah, I think he's gonna wipe those. Oh, wipe the Orcas, please. He can turn around. He can turn. Oh, that's so nice. Blackened is trying to force fire, but not finding stealth tanks. It's a pretty hard task to find them. That's a massive tank push here, though. Can only be deterred by a good airstrike. Right now, the numbers are overwhelming. Oh my goodness, those riflemen do not stand a chance. A-10 Warthogs just daka. Going to town on the army here. Yikers. That was just a bit brutal. Oh, this is gonna be a completely failed push, even if the Orcas come in now. He has lost so much more than Orb, because Orb still has a backup army on the top side. Just brewing, a batch of units brewing here. Even got the mobile SAM to deter any sort of Oka harassment. Yeah, I'm not seeing a victory here for Blackened. Despite him winning the push war, he has not gone all in, unlike Blackened. Alright. Reinforcements are trickling in, but it should be enough to deter. The airstrips are all still functioning, working at 100% capacity. There's a double expansion on Tiberefs behind this, so Orb just in a fantastically dominant position. Oh, airstrike coming in. This is gonna do a number, because those are lightly armored units. Not too bad. Could have been worse. RNG, not in his favor here. There was another MRLS, or, sorry, not MRLS, it's, what's it called, MSAM. Another MSAM coming in. Should move his units, though. Even the rally points, just move the rally points. That's not doing you any good here. MCB is coming back, but there is just not enough gas left in the tank to finish the job here. There's gonna be a couple guard towers popping in a couple seconds. Yeah, crushes. Very good. Good crushes with the light tanks. He found all the rocket soldiers, so the light tanks are here to stay. Oh, the MSAM. Even the MSAM is tanking. Alright, what a bro. What a bro here. MSAM going in. Gonna find a couple Orcas. I mean, MSAMs are still susceptible to Orca fire, but they're doing a lot of damage regardless. Ah, that's 2 Tiberefs down. So, Blackened... Oh, Blackened's also got the Iron Cannon. Okay. So this game is still gonna be spicy. Another Orca falling prey, and the last Orca just on a pixel of health. Oh, go in, kill the MRLS. The MRLS are so easy to kill here. Just move the light tank. As soon as he moves the light tank, he can kill all the 3 MRLS in like 2 hits. They are so easy to kill. There's gonna be a helipad. I think he just wants to counter the Orcas. Just PSA, the Apaches have been... Oh, nuke as well. Killed, he's killed the comm center, and he's killed a harvester plus the ref. So good nuke here. Very good target selection. Yeah, more light tanks are gonna swarm in. Oh no, those are minigunners. No chem troopers yet. Yikes, that's gonna be the Conyard though. Okay. Okay, the game is still going, not gonna be over. Still going into round 2 here. It's gonna go down. The Coneyard is forfeit here. On the other side, the Coneyard of Blackened still in a fantastic spot here. Yeah. Look at this. Apache is so good now. They're now so good against anything that comes with light armor. Yeah, okay. He needs to go all in. He wants to do more damage, and he wants to do structural damage is the main gist of it here. You know what, though? Okay, Blackened has rebuilt both his Tier 1 and Tier 2 tech structures. Yeah, no more expansions for Orb. Okay, this is gonna leave him in an awkward spot here. Let's check the assets real quick. He is on 31k, 37k for Orb, 31k for Blackened, so this game is by no means over despite the loss of the Coneyard. Oh my goodness. 4 light tanks homing in, and there is nothing to really protect the weapons factory. Weapons factory probably forfeit right now. Finally, Orb is starting to apply some pressure. He has found a couple harvesters. That's alright. Okay, they can 2v1. The Orcas can 2v1 an Apache. Yeah, he gets the snipe on 2 Ortrucks. That's good enough. Oh, there's still a stealth tank. Okay. I would like to see more stealth tanks like this. Also, the nuke is ticking down again. 3 minutes and 47 seconds, but there's an ion cannon in 1 minute. This game is gonna get so spicy. Did he scout the Tier 2? He didn't. Alright. So we're going for the good old left, right switcheroo. The good old Blackened shuffle. Nah, it's more like the Gatekeeper shuffle. Gatekeeper is someone who always plays like this. Left, right, left, right, left, right. But there is a couple Orcas to just provide line of sight. Yeah, and also deter insurgent Apaches. So this game, wow, okay, this game is going into phase 2. I would not go for light tanks, I would go for MSAMs. Sorry, I would not go for artilleries, I would go for MSAMs and light tanks. That's what the doctor has ordered. What is this airstrike? This is a misclick. A-10s? Congrats, you just smoked those bushes. It's like some Vietnam flashback PTSD by the A-10 pilot, I guess. Alright, lots of infantry moving forward, and all the vehicles are clustered in a different spot. Okay. What is this? There's gonna be a lot of infantry pressure. I think he can fight. Oh, the ion cannon! What a shot. What a shot here indeed. But the weapons factory under siege from 2 artilleries. Oh, he's pulling him apart. Good maneuvers so far. Good maneuvers. The Orcas staying alive. But at the cost of the weapons factory, and that's the last. He only ever built 1 weapons factory. So, gonna be relegated to Orca spam and mass infantry for the time being. 40 seconds and a lot of cash down the drain until he unlocks the weapons factory again. Yeah, I would just leave an MSAM. 1 around here, 1 around here. He still has 2 airstrips. Orb, that is. So he's in an okay spot. He's not at peril of being sniped by the Orcas because there's gonna be air control via the Apaches. There's gonna be MSAMs. So yeah. Good hustle and good game from both, but a lot of infantry. Oh, 1 minute and 30 seconds until the next nuke. And if it hits here, this would be my prime target. Killing off an advanced comm center, and an airstrip. Or, not an airstrip, what's it called? Oh, that's so good though. Every building he kills now is gonna be permanently off the map. Oh, wow. Those Apaches doing a number here. Third Apache. He needs, yeah, he sold the obelisk here. That's very understandable. And there's gonna be a big engagement. That's gonna be like 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 medium tanks. Jesus fucking Christ. 9 medium tanks. How do you stop this? You need your rocket soldiers in impeccable positioning. Oh, he's targeting the power with the airstrike. But I don't see this working out right now. Well, never mind. Color me intrigued. It worked out. There are just 2, 3 power plants here. He sold a refinery. I don't know. That's gonna slow his cash trickle so much. that's not what he wanted to sell here. Very good. Sniping out some... Oh, there's a break. Alright, alright. What's happening? This is not a live cast, but the breaks are being recorded anyway. So yeah. Gives us time to crack the attack here, the tactical map. What does it say? Very offensive position, and this is going to be an all-in by Blackened because he knows he needs to snipe the Temple of Nod before any more. Oh, that's so beautiful. He has killed plenty of rocket soldiers here. Not many rockets remaining. And as soon as all the anti-air is gone, the Apaches can go to town on the infantry. Oh, so nice. Weaving in and out. Yeah, he's gonna get all the rifle infantry as well. That's so well played here by Orb. Fantastic target micro. And now we've got a lot of rockets. Is that a rocket in your pocket? Okay, this is gonna be the all-in maneuver. Beautiful micro with the Apaches. Just killing everything. The Apaches killing every single smidgen of anti-air. And just like this, the medium tanks can't continue fighting anymore. There's another stealth tank as well. And this is an all-in. He has sold his airstrip. Wow. Okay, if that doesn't work, he's out of the game, period. What a game here. Game number 2 just... This is the bee's knees, as they would have said, like somewhere in the 1950s. But good game regardless. Really enjoying this right now. Oh, he's pulled the harvesters as well. The nuke is fired. It's gonna go exactly where I predicted it would go. That's the perfect nuke positioning here. One mammoth tank. Can he stem the tide? Can he turn this game around? Alright, first brace yourselves for the nuke. SPF 5000. Bring it the fuck on. Beautiful. GG being called. All the orcas swatted out of the skies. Orb with an impeccable game number 2. This was fantastic. Leaves us at a 1-1, and I'll see you in a second.
Battle control terminated.
Alright, what a game. Game number 3, bring it the fuck on. This is gonna be Blackened versus Orb on Twisted Ichor Wasteland. By the way, map created by ZX Ganon, who is also speccing here. So I guess he was just wanting to know what opponent he should prepare for. Is it gonna be the cunning Blackened here, or is it gonna be Orb who just had a stellar display of micro in game number 2? Game number 2, one of the best TD games I've seen in a long time. The late game being played just impeccably. Alright. That's gonna be an early hand of Nod for both, or an early barracks for both. Bit risky. Scout vehicles can always do a number on engineers. Yeah. Also the Nod bug is just being poked at extra little bit. You know, just being capped. Yeah. Just taking a couple pot shots. Hey, there's a guarding civilian. Nice. And the retribution is gonna be swift because there's gonna be a 6 stack of minigunners from Orb as well. Orb went for this again, where he just goes for an early barracks and places 5 or 6 riflemen in a defensive position where they can't get crushed, and they have like line of sight advantage because they're stationary. Or not line of sight, just fighting advantage because they're being stationary. So yeah, interesting, good call here. But he's gonna be out of position, he's gonna be a bit outpositioned on the fight over the second Derrick. So they're just gonna trade Derricks evenly, nothing too major for the time being. And whoever has the more aggressive position can then go ahead and harass the oil Derrick of the other one. Because oil Derricks don't give build radius. You can't just pop a defense there, and that's a very safe spot to fight around, all things considered. Yeah, the build orders are completely identical here. Both going for a double ref, no ref cells this time around. Airstrip being built, as well as a weapons factory. So completely even early game. Blackened going for a bit of harassment, and this is good. Because this is invisible. This is unscouted by Orb, and if he sends out his infantry forces... Ah, that's a bad call. That's a bad call. Blackened needs to pull back his infantry. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Still though, he's fighting in the line of sight. So that's a bit weird. So just a Mexican standoff with the bazooka guys having the leverage here. And on the other side, Orb is trying to go for the oil Derrick of Blackened, but I don't think he's gonna find the snipe. Not yet, just. Yeah. So Orb just taking the engagement. Rockets are running away. Skedaddling out of there. What's the combat tab like? No, Blackened taking the engagement by a long shot here. Oh, classic Orb. That's become his trademark move here. His trademark move, just leaving rockets behind. Hashtag no rocket left behind. Yeah, that's pray for Orb's rockets. You know, Thunderstruck. There's a guy who who was in the comments has actually written a song. I think it was to the tune of what's the name of the song? I can't remember it right now, but just look it up. It's on the previous cast. There is one of those comments, and it's an ode to Orb. An ode to Orb's loath for rocket soldiers. It's pretty amazing. All right, enough about that. Oh, the rockets being delivered right into the gunfire of the not buggies. This APC not being a pro. This APC just delivering everyone to their doom. Everyone get out. You're all dead. You're all dead to me. Alright, lots of, that's buggy spam. Buggy spam on a map like this, not particularly strong. Thing is, there is going to be a ridge here, you can't move into the main base without alerting the opponent. And the oil derricks, you can't kill those with not buggies. Period. Like, no matter how hard you try, it's going to take forever. And on the other side of the map, yeah, APC also taking a long time. They've been nerfed all around. And look at the minigunners. Minigun damage against oil derricks is just pathetic. It's yeah, good luck, buddies. Your veterancy 1 is not gonna net you an armor-piercing gun here. Oh, finally taking out Orb's oil derrick there. And we're gonna see the MCV from Blackened moving out to the middle. I think he just wants to secure the gems for himself. Yeah, now that's more like it. That's a bit more firepower. Packing a bit more of a punch here is Orb. The APCs by Blackened closing in, trying to find some targets. So Orb is taking a more defensive approach here. He has opted for the back expansion, and well, let's see, the Blackened is ahead here in pretty much every regard. He's got a bit more assets. Well, it just swung. Wait. Orb must have cancelled something, because he didn't lose a unit. So he must have just straight up cancelled something. I don't know. Not sure what that was. Okay, we're gonna go back to the production tab, and there's the infamous 2 War Factory build by Blackened. This time around, though, a bit more manageable. Oh, such a good positioning by the Recon Bikes. Fantastic positioning. He's gonna melt all those APCs, and I don't know what Blackened was thinking there. He has just straight up delivered his entire army to its doom. Oh, beautiful. Orb's micro here. Yeah, you know, it's customary. He's gonna leave the rockets behind, obviously. But apart from that, he has displayed stellar micro in Game 2 and now in Game 3 as well. Pulling back the recons just when it matters the most. Now we're seeing Humvee transitioning. Does he have double airstrip? Wow. Orb doesn't have a double airstrip yet. So he's gonna get outgunned very momentarily if he doesn't make these engagements work, which for now he does. Right now, fantastic engagements, only losing like half of what Blackened is losing. Blackened sending his units into the meat grinder. We're gonna take a gander at the combats tab. 16k over 11k, really good. He's also probably gonna lose a harvester, is Blackened. And that's it. That's the real danger. As soon as you start falling behind in this game, coming back is so hard. Really good micro by Orb, just always focus firing down the incoming units. Lots of veterancy on his recons as well, improving their damage by just an extra little notch. Even taking on a guard tower. Wow. Is that a bit ballsy? I don't know, that was overkill. He lost like 4 recons for that. Still though, very good position here for Orb, who is still on 1 airstrip though. So needs to build a second airstrip if he wants to catch up now. What the hell? It's just building recons and rockets, nothing else. He must be floating, right? No, not really. Interesting. Interesting indeed. There's gonna be another guard tower on the production tab on the menu for now. Lots of infantry coming in. There's the guard tower pop. It's just gonna get popped like a cherry immediately. No. Nope, survives for the time being. Yeah, Orb just didn't have critical mass. Also, his rally points have been a bit off right there. Oh my goodness. This... Nope. Nope, denied. The Humvee is not gonna live to tell its tale to grandchildren. Oh, and that's gonna be a bad timing here for Blackened because he's running out of eco. Despite his greedy 2 weapons factories built here, he does not have the eco to back this up. And Orb, well, let's take a look at the eco, right, shall we? 16k under 31k. That's basically double the econ. Yeah, Orb's got this. For all intents and purposes, Orb has got this game in the bag. And this, more than anything, was just a build order fail. Blackened did save on the infantry, did skimp out on the infantry, and just got overrun. Also, fantastic game sense by Orb, who's now also teched up to tier 2, which is something that is completely out of reach for Blackened. Blackend's still trying to deal those bikes. You can't catch bikes if the not player is aware. Oh, another free harvester. That's gonna be a load of blue tip. Yikers. That's so juicy. That's just the snipes you want. Also, first light tank is gonna clue Blackened into the fact that he's probably in for a world of hurt. Yeah, because right now APCs can't duel light tanks anymore. It's just not happening anymore. So this is basically the victory lap. 5 harvesters in really good positions for Orb, and Blackened just on 3. He's lost so many harvesters, he doesn't have the eco to back anything up here. Trying to go for an all-in, and that's the entire army. This is just gonna get demolished as soon as the recons show up. 1, 2, 3, 4th APC, 5th APC going down, and that's the entire army. GG being called. Yeah. Well played, and this time around, Orb just playing circles around Blackened. Game 1 was really good by Blackened. Game 2, fantastic comeback by Orb. Game 3, bit one-sided. We're gonna see each other in Game 4.
Battle control terminated.
Alright, Game 4, and we know it's getting serious. How do we know that? Check out the color scheme for Blackened. He has switched it up. That's right, he is darkish gray to black right now. Because apparently light blue is not the new black, is what we've learned from the previous games. Again, a hand of Nod opener for Blackened. Oh! No, wait. Blackened is spawning as Nod this time around. And Orb, this is gonna be a Nod mirror match. Cool. Haven't seen those in a long time. It's even more crucial the timing as to when to tech up. Also, fun fact, the Nod buggies are so cheap and easy to spam, they counter other tier 0. So Nod actually does have a viable counter to tier 0 spam. If your opponent goes for a buggy bike mix, you go for pure buggy and just outgun them. Because the bikes can't even turn as fast as they need in order to inflict any damage on 2 buggies. Any lasting damage, because they're just so cheap. Dirt cheap. It's like 300 a pop. Basically the cost of a rocket soldier with the mobility of a MiG. And that's what makes them at least strong in the early game. Excuse me. I'm still having a bit of the cough. A bit of a coughing fit. It's a par for the course when you're working in education, I guess. Oh wow. Never noticed how pretty those models are, like this burnt tree. Gorgeous. Also the burnt hut. Menelik's house. Poor Menelik. Dude. Probably just too close to the Tiberian. Oh, also all the civilians are being healed by the hospital, so this technically belongs to the civilians. Look at the healing indicators there. Little healing icons in the bottom. Early push for Blackened. Don't know. Not sure about this. It leaves your entire backline and base vulnerable. And what are you gonna achieve really with just rifle infantry and your 2 starting rockets? That's not a strong loadout. Orb has gotten 2 buggies as well. So this is just gonna get dealt with very swiftly. Oh, okay. The MCV can tank this for days. There is basically no heavy anti-armor. Apart from those 2 rockets, and they are not gonna make a change here. They're not gonna tip the scales in Blackened's favor. Yeah, focusing down the rockets. So there is no way this MCV is gonna take any more damage whatsoever. Push deflected. Very good gaming knowledge by Orb, because he just knows I can fight with my MCV there. My MCV is not gonna take a single smidgen of damage there. Doesn't even need to repair in my... yeah, whatever. No need for repairs, really. And Blackened is now in a bad spot. He's built another Not Buggy, probably for defensive purposes, so he's just now deployed his second Harvester. He is gonna be behind on the 8 ball for a long time. We're seeing more buggies come out by Orb. Yeah, I don't know. So one of the ongoing balancing discussions is that the cargo plane for Not, that's an interesting one. The cargo plane for Not takes so much time to deliver on larger maps. So it's basically our top versus bottom maps balanced for Not, because left versus right maps usually have them in the corner. But on top versus bottom maps, sometimes the vector that the cargo planes take can be so excruciatingly frustrating. Alright, he's gonna kill a buggy. Buggy up. Buckle up, boys. Oh, he can snipe the power. This would be so hurtful. If Orb recognizes the situation, he can just snipe power all day long. He should go in. Should recognize the weakness here. There's no build radius. He can also just sit here and trade with the Not Buggies for days. This is gonna be... oh, this is just gonna be pure frustration for Blackened. He is getting camped here in his airstrip. And... every single buggy he builds is just gonna fall prey here. One thing he's got going for himself, he has pulled himself back up to 4 Harvesters, so really he can just ignore this. What he can do, ignore this, build a second airstrip here, and just spam a couple buggies from a different airstrip. Yeah. So the Tiberian is not gonna block anything either. It's not gonna get blocked either. So it's not as bad as it looks here, as long as it doesn't build from this airstrip. I mean, he can build a Harvester, that's fine. But as long as it doesn't build light armor from this airstrip, he's gonna be fine. It's not as bad as it looks. But still a hilarious way of playing this game here. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna sit here. Double kill. Nice, the AoE from the rocket soldiers. Dispatching 2 of the buggies that were severely wounded. Oh wow, more tier 0 light harass. I'm liking the play by Orb. Oh, this is so annoying. Oh, a ref cell as well. Now it's getting spicy. Because now the airstrip, like, now that the recon bikes are here, the airstrip is in peril. Oh, he's going for the power instead. Very smart as well. Yeah, there's lots of infantry. Oh my goodness! He's fighting this! Wow, Orb, what a beast here! He's trying to get something more done, trying to get the power down. This is gonna be a power shutdown as well. One of the recons survives here. Yeah. He's building a silo. Right. So, if he wins, he's not gonna make it to the Hall of Fame because he's lost with the silo as well, so it kind of is neutralized, right? Sorry, Orb, I can't grant you that. Even if you win this game, you're not gonna go into the Silo Hall of Fame. You're not gonna earn the much coveted Silo Trophy Award. Oh, the big Silo Award. Oh, that's it! Oh, this guard tower is so mean. This is basically a cloaked guard tower. It looks like the chimney of the refinery. This is dirty. I like those dirty strats. It's like, yeah, we built an extra exhaust onto, like an exhaust pipe onto the Tiberian refinery. This is definitely not a guard tower, no sir. And since you can't switch perspectives in TD, or in OpenRA in general, that's pretty strong. So Blackened can come back via his rocket soldiers. He's got mass rocket soldiers, and that reliably counters T0. At least in a critical mass it does. Orb going for the oil derricks behind this. What a smart move. He knows that he has Blackened contained. It doesn't want to fight this. No, sir. No. Guard tower popping, yeah, that was just a bit too ambitious. That was a pretty staggering win here for Blackened, despite being on the defense for most of the game. This engagement was a bit too haphazardly played by Orb. Yeah, good hustle. He's still staying on T0. We're not seeing any signs of tech yet. Comm center up, going up for Orb. Going up for Blackened, sorry. So, if he goes for light tank raids, this could be real good. If he now finds the window to go for light tank raids, damn son. Color me impressed. Because being under pressure, not faltering, and then applying counter pressure is something that just takes psychological strength as well. Even if it's not mechanically demanding, it just puts up psychological stress. I think this is gonna be an airstrip snipe. Oh, what the hell! He has gone too close. Like Icarus, he's ventured too close to the sun. Oh, this is gonna be the comeback for Blackened here. Orb just overestimating how much he has put him behind. Yeah. Comm center is up. A Temple of Nod for Blackened. Straight rush into tier 3. He's got rocket soldiers positioned everywhere. He's also rushing tier 3. Okay, this is gonna get so spicy. I'm loving this. I'm really loving this game right now. Anything could still happen, and I'm not sure if there is game 5. I have maybe it's a dummy replay file. I've got a game 5. Maybe it's a dummy file, maybe it isn't. Yeah, we'll see. We will see indeed. Time will tell. Comrade General, time will tell. He's trying to go for the same approach here. Like, this hasn't worked the previous time. But this time around, there are just more buggies, period. Oh, excuse me. Okay, this time Orb has critical mass, so he might actually be able to go for an airstrip snipe. Wow, Blackened abandoning this position. That's the problem with the rocket infantry, it is just too slow. It's basically static defense for all intents and purposes. There is the Temple of Nod. What is he gonna build here? Is this gonna be a stealth tank rush maybe? Oh Christ, that's his only airstrip. Oh, this couldn't come at a worse time. Just now that it's finished tier 3. Oh, this is unlucky here. Really, he shouldn't have skipped the second airstrip. Building it in the middle would have been the way more prudent choice. Orb has got a lot of oil derricks as well. 1, 2, 3. He's gotten all of them. Literally all of them. Alright. The 2 flame tanks, completely ignoring the oil derrick for now. So there's gonna be a lot of income for Orb. Can Blackened turn it with chem warriors? I don't know. The chems are notoriously slow. They're really good, but at the same time, slow as molasses is what they are. And right now he only has infantry for defense. He's pulling, that's the all move, that's the all key. He's pulling the all key. Blackened going for artillery. Again, a decision that I can't wholeheartedly support. Okay, now let's see how are the chem warriors gonna do here. Oh, look at the damage. Even just one burst of their Tiberian, whatever it is. Tiberium rifle, Tiberium spray, goop spray. We're gonna crack the tack. Jesus Christ, Orb is so ahead. Still though, I don't see this game being over, because if he gets the if Blackened gets the first nuke off, he can equalize the game. The nuke is always the big equalizer. Oh, in come the flame tanks. Start shooting. He is gonna get he's gonna get the airstrip. That's gonna slow Orb down so much. That's a fantastic play here. I really like this play. Beautiful flank with the 2 flame tanks. Also getting a couple recons in the process. Artilleries though, no. Artilleries are too immobile to deal with this, and the projectile speed is slow anyway. So really all Blackened needs to do is survive this onslaught. If he successfully deters this push, he probably has enough time to get out a nuke. And this would turn the game. This could be the great equalizer here. Okay. The horrific position for the artillery. Another arty hit. Gonna come in. Gonna kill off a couple. Lots of eco falling prey here though. So yeah, probably still worth it for Orb. And a weird decision by Blackened, he was just selling off his refinery. He already had very little refineries. He was so low on refineries, and now he's got one single ref. This was a horrible decision. None of those guys fired, yeah, because they were moving. That's how infantry targeting works in OpenRA. It's a bit unfortunate. So the only way, like, the stats, in terms of stats, the army of Blackened is so much stronger. The only thing that Orb has got going... Oh, the airstrike. That's overkill. That was complete overkill. So the only thing that Blackened has got going for him is the numbers. In a sheer heads-on fight, the army of Blackened is stronger. But the problem is, A, we've got artilleries out on the field, and B, oh my goodness, B, the infantry are so slow. Oh my goodness, there's only rocket soldiers left. Those couple flamers are gonna get so many nasty hits in if he doesn't pull back right now. The airstrike, and now we're gonna see, even though the airstrike is taking a shit vector, it's gonna demolish a lot of infantry there. Yikes. Because infantry are just too slow to deal with this. And really, Blackened needs to stop production for now and just needs to build 2 refineries. This is long distance mining. He's on 2 harvesters. What the hell happened? He's lost 3 there in the previous engagement. Yikers. And Orb, yeah. Let's do an airstrip count, shall we? 1, 2, 3, son. This is a 3 airstrip build. Building non-stop light tanks. Not the best counter, but at the same time, what you're gonna do when they come for you, you're just gonna falter, is all there's to it. So many artilleries, and there's just nothing that's mobile enough to deal with the artilleries, so yeah. Short of a nuke landing on top of this army, I'm not seeing the comeback. This is gonna be Blackened, dismantled. Even the look at the burst damage, yeah, this is so gross. Artilleries, like 5 artilleries one-shotting a defensive structure. Ah, they're so brutal. Yeah, there's nothing much left here. The nuke is 40 seconds shy of coming up. Oh, the flank with the recons. Only gonna get 2 of the artilleries. And that's probably gonna be it, because there is 1 harvester left. This is 1 harvester, no refinery as well. He's completely broke. Oh, the Temple of Nod is gonna go down so fast. It is the building with the 2nd highest health pool after the Conyard, and look at how it is gonna melt to artillery fire. Just 30 seconds on the nuke left. GG, well played by both. Fantastic series, and really living up to the hype here. I really enjoyed this, thoroughly enjoyed this. Now, we have seen Ganon win a best of 5 against Blackened. We've seen Blackened win a best of 5 against Orb, sorry. We've seen Blackened will win a best of 5 against Orb. That means Orb is down for the count. Orb is in the 3rd place. Now it's all up to Blackened and ZX Ganon battling it out, duking it out next week. That's it for me this time around. Fantastic series. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'll see you next time with the actual finals of TGDL. Stay hyped.
Battle control terminated.